Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to Fair Face Fail Productions. So today, well, got kind of just a bad situation all around, really. But so one of our renters brought back our Quiet Cat ibex, pretty much totally broken, and we'll get into more details exactly what happened. But first, we'll kind of go over the damages and see what you guys might think here. Okay, so. First things first is, well, the derailleur was broken off. So SRAM X5, pretty standard SRAM type equipment, was snapped completely off of here, as you can see. And this individual claims that he claims that he was just riding through an empty field and it broke off magically. And I understand on these, derailleurs can break. It's kind of a common thing. You hit it, they snap off. Not really a super big deal in and of itself. It was just this guy wanted to blame pretty much everything but himself, even though he admitted to riding on a flat tire, which we'll get to talking about. But you can see that this was hit, drug on something. It was also hit on this side. So my guess is he either dropped it or schwacked something and it broke it off. So there's really no other explanation. These are not, they're not the sturdiest, but you also still have to hit them for them to break off. So that's problem number one. Problem number two here, which we just talked about, was, well, it's got a flat tire. And, that happens on bikes. So they said that they were going hunting and there was going to be some trailblazing type stuff. And they might end up with a flat tire, which is, always a possibility when you're going off-road. But I had recommended to him that if you wanted the best experience, then you should go to, Walmart, grab some slime and a pump. If you don't already have like a pump, and bring that with you. That way, if you get a flat tire, you can throw some slime in the tube and pump it up, and it'll at least slow the leak down. And he didn't listen to that at all, and it went flat. He obviously rode on it flat. The rim looks okay from what we can tell now, but we'll have to see when we get it off there and really look at it. But dumb. I mean, that's just poor decision making. We're a rental business. I'm not your mom, so you need to carry the equipment that you need to successfully take care of our bike, which didn't happen. Next problem here is he decided to strap something to the frame up here. We've got some pictures of it, or at least Meeker Extreme does on his video, so go check out his videos on this. But, I'm okay with a little wear and tear. Scratches and stuff happen, especially on rentals. But, he had something hard strapped on here that really messed up the paint. Wasn't like that, so I don't know. People just don't treat their stuff with, other people's stuff with respect, and he may not treat his own stuff with respect, so... Nonetheless, it was problem number two. Okay, better angle here. So as you can see, the derailleur had snapped off. And originally I thought it was at the hanger, because oftentimes it does break off at the hanger. So this, to me, kind of tells me that he had to have really hit something. And we had just put on a new set of, a new cassette on here for gears, because, these powerful e-bikes kind of chew these up, especially with renters. They don't shift properly, so... kind of an inherent risk of renting these, but nonetheless, the hanger is bent as well, so you can see that. Not supposed to be that way, so we're going to have to replace that hanger as well, or you could bend it back, I suppose, but we'll just replace it. This cable, the thingy on the end is no longer there, so that's another issue. We can also see all the scrapes on the side here. These were not here. We have some pictures and video we always take before rentals. And Mark had just shot some video of this bike for the cassette replacement. And none of this was here. A lot of this scraping and hits and paint missing. So obviously he was using the bike, and I think he really hit something. Because, if something hit here, against this side, here, chances are it probably hit the derailleur too. Another thing is if you ride on a flat tire, the derailleur is going to be pretty close to the ground, is what it is. So we do still have the chain, so we at least brought that back, but not overly happy. This guy did not take care of our stuff and wasn't real upfront, and he expected us to refund him an extra day. All right, well, hopefully we can finish this now. I keep getting phone calls interrupting me, but the ibex here, the customer wanted us to lob a day off because the bike magically broke, and he didn't want to pay for the last day, And obviously we can tell that it was used in a manner it wasn't supposed to be, and he caused damage to it, so we're not going to refund that. I mean, of course, I don't know why we would. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We have to make some money too, and not to mention you broke our bike on top of that. And even if it was truly accidental or whatever, if the bike fails in a way that is clearly a mechanical failure from maintenance or something else, we're pretty forgiving. Had a Beta 390 blow up on a customer this year, and we ran another bike out to him, and it wasn't his fault. The oil pump gears went. So stuff like that does happen. This was not that, though. This was clearly a case of somebody not taking care of our stuff. Kind of a bummer. Customers are going to be like this. We had a really good year with rentals, and he's the first customer that we really had any major issues with. Yeah, and this individual, he's a medical professional with a PhD apparently, so, freaking out over a few $100s worth of damage. I think, we ended up adding everything up with labor and everything. So, and on top of that, friendwitha.com, who we use as our third party for rentals, they make customers pay for damage coverage. So the cheaper option is 90% coverage from Friendwitha, and your deductible is 10%. So $300 a charge is $30 for you. It's a pretty good deal for you wrecking somebody else's bike, if we're being honest. So I don't know. It's with customers, you're never going to have. You're always going to have people that are not going to agree with you or a particular assessment of damages or things that happen. I try to be pretty respectful, pretty mild, and hey, shit happens. Whether it's your fault or God hit it with lightning or something like that. At least it's mostly covered. That's why we rent to these third parties, because this guy being upset, more than likely, if we had ourselves to charge him, he would not allow us to. He already threatened to do a charge back and some other stuff, and we're protected through Friendwitha, thank God. So that's why we do these things. I know people get mad at the process of going through these third parties, but it protects us and it protects you. You know what? If you crash a $6,000 or $7,000 e-bike and you don't have $6,000 or $7,000, this kind of stuff really helps. But overall, if you're gonna rent people's stuff, take care of it. I always try to, when I borrow my buddy's stuff, whatever it is, we try to be pretty respectful of, and if I break something, I pay for it, and that's really what it comes down to. Flat tire, derailleur, damage to the frame, paint and stuff. So we got to charge this guy what we got to charge this guy. And it's not even that big of a deal, if we're being honest. So anyways, just kind of the story of rentals and what we're doing here. Quiet Cats, of course, we're no longer a dealer for Quiet Cat. I think we talked about that one. We're still renting these bikes because we got to make some money on them. Now we got to fix this one again. And we've been really kind of not super impressed with renting these out. They just seem to not be durable, and I don't think it's necessarily even a Quiet Cat problem. The entire design and engineering behind these really high-powered e-bikes is finicky and kind of fragile. So we'll see what the future of that kind of lies. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Ferret Face out.